Actually, the first time I did it because I was pissed off at my boss. Like, we had been doing it for a while here, and I literally was just like, you know what? Screw my boss. Like, I'm gonna rip him a new one while I was here. So I just went up there. I did a couple of jokes, and I used to do like public speaking for like jobs and stuff before. So I was a little bit more comfortable being up in front of people. But yeah, my first thing was just like, I was just fed up with work one day, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna rip my boss a new one. Honestly, the hardest part is just literally that first step of going up there, because you're second doubting yourself the whole time. Like, you've thought about these jokes, you wrote them down, and you're like, me personally, I tried to go up there without any notes. But it's that whole thing, and I get back down every time going, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. But the hardest part is literally just going up there, and it's always awkward too when you do a joke that you think is gonna land. Nobody laughs, or like I did today, where it was like I did a joke and it was like a slow burn, so it took a couple minutes, and I was like, okay, I need to make that punchline a little bit stronger. But yeah, that's the hardest part, is just that first step, because you don't know what to expect. Every audience is new, no matter how much you know, maybe at the same place over and over again you think you know the audience. You don't. Being funny. Making beer is easy. Like, it's science more or less. So it's like, okay, like if I'm coming up with a new recipe, that's hard. That's really hard. Actually, they're not too far apart, if I'm honest, because you're trying to make a beer that appeases, or at least everybody can drink. Same thing, you're trying to make a recipe of a joke of like, okay, here's the punchline, here's I want them to think, here's this and that. So yeah, to kind of make that formula of like, is this going to be palatable for everyone, at the same time as trying to get your point across. So they're actually pretty similar. I never thought about that. That's a really good question.
So I tried the pineapple wedge. I think that's what you suggested, right? The pineapple wedge. Okay. That shit was delicious.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Like, if there's a reason to come out here, it's that. I've tried some other ones, but I swear, dude, that shit was dope. And then the fact that you actually went out to get the pineapples.
Oh yeah, dude.
You don't have to say too many details on that, but the fact that you actually went out to grab pineapples and make it fresh, like, that's art. You know that, like, that's straight up art. So
it's hard, man. Like, same thing, like blood oranges. Luckily, like, we have our blood orange IPA right now. We have a customer that literally brings us blood oranges, and so we do try. Like, we have a customer that brings us grapefruit. We have all these people we have a community here that luckily brings us stuff, and we try to incorporate that, because that's what we are. I mean, if it wasn't for us and the community that we have, we wouldn't be here. So Nick gave me a lot of confidence to just, like I said, like I told the other guy, just literally just be yourself and just do you. Like, and that was one thing that I always loved about Nick, whether it be like Star Trek jokes or whatever. Love that dude, man. Like, he literally inspired me. Just own who you are and be what you are, man. So cool. Love that.